Hi, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Let's just dive into the crypto news of today. The key ones, right? Warren Buffett continues attack on Bitcoin. So after last year when Warren Buffett called Bitcoin rat poison squared, this year, just at yesterday's annual general meeting, right, for the shareholder of Berkshire Hathaway, he said now that it's a gambling device. There's been a lot of frauds connected with it. There's been disappearances, so there's a lot lost on it, and Bitcoin hasn't produced anything. He also go on to say it doesn't do anything, it just sits there, it's like a seashell or something, and that is not an investment to me. But he seemed to have changed his tone now on blockchain. He said blockchain is very big, but it didn't need Bitcoin. JP Morgan, of course, came up with their own cryptocurrency. Now, this is not the first time, as I've said, right, that the world's one of the richest men, right, Warren Buffett actually bashes Bitcoin again and again, right? From last year, he so strong words like rat, squared, poison, to now, right now it's definitely softer stance, right? Like just it's gambling device, it's not an investment, right? It doesn't produce anything, it doesn't do anything, it just sits there like a seashell. Now, while I truly respect him as an investor, right, but I do believe he is definitely a very knowledgeable investor, experienced investor for the over meaning the more traditional asset class of equity, of bonds and all that, right, of companies, of identifying a company by looking through all the fundamental analysis there is, right, browsing through like detailed analysis of their annual reports, of their filings, of their financials, then making decisions. Clearly, yes, he has done well and paid off well in the past, but the facts that are also that, right, his portfolio, Berkshire Hathaway, has not done that well this year compared to S&P 500. So their shares is gaining about 8% this year to date, whereas S&P 500 is double digits. Yeah. And of course, Bitcoin has been gaining a lot, right? I think more than 40% or more than that since the beginning of this year. Now, in comparison, right? So then, how I see and why is he coming out with all these negative criticisms of Bitcoin? One, I think he doesn't, or no one has the, no one is able to fully explain that well to him yet of what does the Bitcoin do. So that's what I think. What are the possible reasons, right? One is that he doesn't truly understand. Second, but to be fair, it is not easy to understand. Second is that perhaps he does, but at the same time, right, he has too many interests in the traditional world, right? He has so many stakes in banks, right? Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and so forth, right? That all of their existence will be threatened if Bitcoin, if crypto survive, right? So yeah, then now though he has also changed his tone to say that blockchain, he recognized the usefulness of blockchain now, but if he truly understand crypto and blockchain, he wouldn't say things like blockchain doesn't need Bitcoin, right? Because honestly, in the Bitcoin, the public chain world, right? Now, if there's no Bitcoin, then there's no incentives for people to keep a ledger, right? Then there's no robust blockchain to keep track of all the records. Similarly, if there's no a good strong record of the blockchain, Bitcoin also cannot survive. So it's a very important symbiotic relationship between the two, right? So by just all these statements tell me that he doesn't fully understand yet, crypto and Bitcoin, yeah? So the other thing is this, to his point that he said, if it's like a seashell. Now, if there's a seashell, then it'd be great if every one of us can just go to the beach, right, and collect all the seashells, then we can have all of this. But of course, it's not like that, right? Bitcoin is not like that. There's very limited supply. And that is why, right, a lot of people start to understand this and they do see that this is much more sounder money, right? It's definitely a much more better alternative for money to what we have today. Moving on, right, in almost like kind of in response to what he say, there's a lot of survey, and the latest survey, right, is indicates that the super rich are interested to boost their cryptocurrency investments even now to the next few years. So this survey is conducted by Dubai-based Devere Group, right, which is an independent financial advisory organization, and recently they polled, that means they interviewed over 700 of their clients, right, who reside in major cities including US, UK, Australia, Qatar, Switzerland, Spain, and Germany. And what they found is interesting is that 68%, it means almost 70%, two-thirds of their respondents revealed that they have either invested or interested or will invest in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ether, or XRP before the end of 2022. That's about 3 years or 4 years from now, right? And basically, why do they say that? Because they do see crypto is to money like what Amazon is to retail, right? So it's very, very important, very, very key ecosystem that they need to have, right? And all these people, they do not want to be the last one to get, they really fear that there is not enough Bitcoin or crypto to go around, right? And then they won't have enough of it, right? Now, this is not the first time. Fidelity as well have also recently, earlier this year, that they have interviewed their clients, and mostly institutional clients, about 200 of them, and 1/5, 20% of them have actually said that they have invested and plan to also double their investments in crypto over the next 5 years. Similarly, it's a lot of a lot of talks, right? A lot of events targeting the rich family. So these are how do I say, the private wealth, right? Really the wealthy families, right? Who really have their own dedicated teams or managers, right, just to manage their wealth, right? And then Pompliano have the good fortune of speaking with them. This is at end of April 2019. Yeah, the thing is, it is not clear whether they are buying yet, but definitely this is the first step that they are listening, that they are at least showing interest to find out more what it is before deciding, right, to invest or not. Yeah. And this is also the first time where there is a lot of seminars educating the rich families on crypto. Yeah, so clearly trends are changing. And the other thing is, one more day that crypto survive, that Bitcoin survive, right? It just basically means, right, that there's still bigger hope, right? And with that, I just want to leave you all this news, right? It is there, it is a fact, right? You can also check out for yourself. Fidelity, now Devia, all this is targeting the rich people. So I'll be really sad, right? And that's what this channel is for. It's all free resource. It's meant to be not just benefiting the people who are rich. It's meant to be everyone on the street. This is one of those asset class where everyone on the street is able to get their hands on, because honestly, if you don't know, you can also just buy Bitcoin with minimum $10, right? Or even $100, you can already get your hands on a little bit of Bitcoin, right? So that's all I have for today. Not financial advice, right? Really want you to just digest for yourself, think for yourself, what's the best course of action. But of course, understand first what is Bitcoin, what's crypto, right? So the other thing before I sign off, I just want to really highlight two main theses of why the rich are interested in Bitcoin. One is because it is a sounder form of money. It has limited supply, so that makes its value, it gives it very important value, right? Not just anyone can print it. Second is that it is a very good tool to diversify your portfolio, right? Where we are going into a crisis soon, a lot of people are expecting the traditional asset class like equity bonds to eventually suffer very badly in returns, but crypto is one of those that really is uncorrelated. It is a very new asset class. A lot of investors are not yet even in this space, right? So that tells you the demand is still not that high versus the supply is always limited. So that ought to tell you again, right? If you understand economics, right, something that is limited supply but demand will expect it to go up very much fall into the future, that just tell you what happens to the price, right? So with that, that's why the rich are interested to listen to people like Anthony Pompliano, who really, he is just previously worked in Facebook, but now, right, he is a diehard supporter of crypto. So that's all I have for today, right? Digest on it, sit on the fact, but study, research on yourself more, right? And that's all. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for your time. And for my new subscribers, thank you so much again for your support. And for all of you listening or watching, again, truly appreciate it. Thank you.